What's up of the morning to you laddies? My name is your Man Buck. Welcome back to the Hay series, where it is a crisp August morning. We have forecasts today of sitting in right about the mid 60s to lower 70s possibly. And we have, I've already been up since, 5 a.m. working with the cattle, but I still need to go up and get some mixed rations put in for the feed because the cattle are low. We've already also been running around picking up twigs with the three-wheeler. But we got a really great buy that we have today. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace the last few weeks, and one truck that has popped up in town is an old 1986, I believe. It's either an 86 or an 84 GMC K2500, or the Chevy terms a K20, and it's got about 175,000 miles on it. The guy wants $12K for it because it is a four-wheel drive. And it's got the big 454 big block and a 410 rear end. He's done a little bit of work to it, but it's just a truck that he can't really... He just needs to kind of get rid of. The body's a little rough. The paint's rough. It's dirty. It's been sitting for a while, but that's one thing we have to go and look at. I do also have the Heston out here. I was about ready to get put in the conditioner because we have to go cut hay today. We also have the Iron Bull back because it used to be the Lizard when I had a update thing I didn't do. But we're going to go feed the cattle. Our goals today, we're going to feed the cattle. We need to get the hay cut. We also are going to go buy that GMC because all I'm going to do is, if it's running a bit rough, I do want to possibly swap out the carburetor for an EFI Holly to basically make it fuel injected, and then we can use that instead of our 66 K30, which has a struggle pulling the bale trailer. Without further ado, we're going to start off probably with going to look at that GMC, so let's pop in the Ram. Go get our Iron Bull and check that truck out. Now, if you guys have not already, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below, as you do know we are on the race to the 100,000 subscriber mark by the end of this year. One big thing that I am shooting for is at least be a bit more consistent on uploads, whether that's for series stuff, whether that's for my own stuff, whether if it's for IRL stuff, which we just posted a Sunday Fundy you guys can find in the top right-hand corner right now. That was really fun. Got to go hang out with Wyatt and Nebraska boys, being Wyatt and Johnny. But we're just now kind of getting to, I believe it's this road right here. We will go and talk to the owner. Told him he would be there about 9:30ish or so. And I do want to be at least holding my word, so I think this is it. Yep, there is the 2500, so let's go and meet the owner here. Hey, morning, Jerry. Yep, I'm Buck. I'm the guy that called on the phone. So give me a little rundown. What's going on with this bad boy? So 2500, as you said, it's Sierra Classic. It's a base model truck. Toolbox, CB. Do I get to keep the Reese hitch? I do? Okay, sweet. So, basically a base model, but it does have the trim, so that is nice. It does also have the tow mirrors. I will be looking for that. Gooseneck and the little, bed lip. So, dual tank. 454 and a 410 rear axle. 4-speed on the floor. Basically the Granddaddy Low. If I'm correct. Yep, Granddaddy Low with 1, 2, and 3. Gauges are the gauges don't work. That's just typical Chevy things, so. I know you said this truck runs quite a bit rough, but I do want to give you 10K cash. Just for the fact that I'm going to put a little bit of work into the motor, because it's not going to be a show truck. It's going to be a work truck. I'm going to be hauling hay with this thing. It's going to be doing the work, so I'm going to give you 10K cash right now. You do that? All right, Jerry, might as well just, if I can, I'm going to take it for a quick spin, because, at least if it runs and drives, I do want to check that. So let's try putting this thing in low, and we'll see what we can do, if it lurches and it kills, and how much work we're going to have to do, so. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. Okay, so it appears to be it does not like to start in low, so we might have to look into that, but. Yeah, let's just take this thing for a quick little spin. We'll kind of see what it does. The tires are still holding air, so that's good. He said the truck's only been parked for about a year and a half. Yeah, gauges don't even work at all. So this actually, just for you guys to know, this is a project that I am working on. There are some pictures of the truck itself. It is a CK 10 through 30 or 1500 to 3500 Chevy and GMC, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and if you guys know Diesel Division Customs, which is the one that did the 72 Ford, 80 square body Chevy, as well as the I believe it's like an 07, 04 Ram. He actually wants to take this truck apart and do his work to it as well, and I gave him full permission of that. So this is the truck I'm working on. It's got a lot of options, a lot of cool things, and I just kind of got it ready for the video in essence. So there's a lot of things that aren't working, like the gauges. But I mean, the truck for right now, it rides like an old Chevy. You wouldn't really expect it. It's loud, it's clunky, it's all over the road, but I'm pretty excited for it. I think this will make a great addition to the truck's fleet, and like I said, it is four-wheel drive, so we will have the ability to get out of a sticky situation. Our K Series 66 doesn't work nearly as well with the four-wheel drive, plus it's got that 350. This has got a bigger motor, a lot bigger gear ratio, it's got a lot more low-end torque, and that's what I'm looking for. Plus it's got the tow mirrors, so... But I definitely am going to get on Holly and try and get an EFI carburetor for this thing because it is running really, really rough, and I can smell the old gas from here. But let's get Jerry paid here with 10K cash, and then let's get this thing on the trailer and back home. So now that we are back at the house, what we're going to do is get this truck off the ramps and into that little shop, since that's probably going to be my best place to have to work on this truck. But one thing that is for certain is I could have went with Edelbrock, I could have went with Holly, could have went with anybody else who makes a good carburetor, but I just decided to go with the Holly EFI just for the sake of getting this truck running. Now, one thing that I do know is I need to get up to the cows and get them fed. But, oh geez, we're falling off. But I do want to get this truck up and running as fast as possible because of the fact this is going to be helping with hauling bales. So this truck is very important, but it's just running way too rough for me to be using it right now. So we'll park our Ram right there. I'm going to take the three-wheeler up to the shop, grab our mixing wagon, because I don't believe I have a full tank of mixed rations in the mixer itself. So we can fill that up with the white tractor loading bales, or the Bobcat if it's down here. And we'll get the cows fed and watered, so we can then move on to cutting hay. So one thing to note is that we also need to get the milk tank emptied out and take that to town and sell, as we have been absolutely pumping out a really high quality organic milk, since, you know, our grass that we have this year has been really well watered. We haven't had a huge amount of drought. We had about a 2-3 week stretch where I'd say the weather wasn't really in our favor. Really hot days, not a lot of moisture. But towards the midsummer, for some odd reason, we have been picking up. But now that we're back at the farm, let's get our feed wagon loaded up, and we'll get these moo-moos some more food. So I kind of messed up on my ratio here. What basically ended up happening is I put a little bit too much hay in, and I gotta still save some room for the silage additive. So let's just dump a little bit of this in. So that fixes that problem, but I think the I don't have enough room for the silage additive. So what we're going to do to fix this is I'm going to dump about 2,000 liters worth of the total mixed rations into the trough, and then I'm going to grab the Bobcat and go to the bed of the Chevy and grab the additives, so that way we can start tweaking with the mixture just a hair to get the full correct mixture and have the cows eating what they should be eating. So that should be good. What I could technically do as well is I could grab that silage bale and fix the rations on that too, but I'd have to run back to the house and get the silage bale that's on the white tractor. So we can do that because we do have the three-wheeler here. So actually, I'm felt now kind of it's been a minute since I've been on this save, so I kind of lost track of what names of things were, but it's mineral feed, not silage additive. All right, we're intelligent, we know what we're doing. But let's get the Bobcat up here, get our forks lined up. I don't think I need to scoot in my forks. Here we go. Get that up, take it off, and let's load. So we'll dump in just a couple bags here. I'm probably going to put just a little bit more than I need in. There we go. just so that way I can have, when I put the silage bale in to fill up the rest, I'm not overloading it. So, not overloading, so when the silage bale mixes, then it compensates for the amount of mineral feed in there. So let's run back here quick, and let's go get that white tractor. So this should hopefully just top off the rest of our ratio. And in reality, I put enough hay in there the first time, it should balance everything out. I just need to get this in there. So, overshot it once again. There we go. Look at that. Now that's a perfect ratio right there. Might be a little heavy on the hay still, but it's better than what we had. So, set that down. Let's feed the rest of the cows. They have some good food. Come and get it. Ain't gonna get any more raw, you know. Alright, so that empties out the feed wagon. Let's just kind of check on here. So total capacity, we could still fill up. But for right now, I need to get to at least getting them water, because I do know that they do need some water. But milk, like I was saying, I need to empty out the milk tank, so we still got a handful of little tasks that we need to do. We'll definitely make another batch of food this afternoon. Might do it later tonight, so that way we stay ahead of schedule. But in the meantime, let's run over with the old K10 with the water trailer, go run down to the creek or the hydrant, get some water, and we'll go from there. So let's not go down the hill, but back up right here and get our water dropped off. Very nice. And if anything, if we have any left in the tank, what I'll do is I'll take this back to the greenhouse and we'll just put that in there. Never mind, these cows are thirsty, but they are full or at least close to, so that is fantastic. They do need a bit more straw bedding, so I could take care of that problem too right now just because I have the bale shredder. So actually, yeah, let's take care of that. Let's grab the Bobcat here quick. Just kind of back this in. And we'll get the bedding fixed, too. So the skid steer bale shredder is by far one of my absolute favorite mods, just for the sake of it being a multi-purpose, where it's actually a bale spike and the bale shredder itself. You can disconnect them, and, I mean, it works the whole show. So let's check out our moo-moos. Let's see where they're at. Might need to grab another bale, give or take where we're at. Like I said, we can do a little bit more of this later in the afternoon, but I do want to get on the run, start working with the swather, so we can start getting some grass cut. So I'll probably cut the roadside field myself, but then I'm going to send Daryl to the backfield. I might do like one loop around there, so that way he kind of has a little bit of just a back and forth path going. But we'll send Daryl off to do the field behind the tree line while I run back and get the rake set up on the Oliver, which is currently, of course, by the Quonset. And we can go from there, because I don't know if I'll send him off to do our main field right here, because this is a big, big, big field. And then we obviously also have the one that is way across town on the northeast side of the map. So, got a lot of ground to cut, and not much time to do it. So we'll lower the mower deck, and we will start cutting. Look at that beautiful hay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, and basically right at the beginning, weather has been really nice to us the last few weeks, as I should say. The beginning of the summer towards like May and June, well, by far the driest we've ever had it out here. I didn't think this grass was going to do very well, but literally in June, it just straight downpoured. I mean, it was pouring rain multiple days of the week, and we got more rain in the first week of June than the entire month of May. But, so the ground got really, really soggy, but this stuff has been also getting a lot thicker. It's been dry now, so this is not going to clog up the mower nearly as much, but, I mean, every now and then you'll hit a really thick patch and it bogs down the Heston, but otherwise, we haven't had any real problems. This is my third cutting of this grass, as I cut it really early back in March, and then we also ended up cutting one more time in May, and then now it is August. I don't know exactly the cutting cycles of this stuff, but I actually have mowed all these fields 3 times, and those were the months that I've done it. The yield monitors are showing on the south side, well, the east side of the field, that we have a really good yield, and then towards the far side here, it is a bit drier, but what can you really do? So without further ado, I'm going to finish up on this, run back to the house, get the Oliver set up. Daryl says he'll be out here in about 20 minutes or so, but we'll set up the Mavic drone, and we'll get a couple shots of Daryl mowing in the back field, which is just back there, and we'll go from there. Radioed in, said that he got the hay ground done, so he told me just to go take his pickup to come and get the Oliver. He'll walk back, or he'll leave the swather on the side by the actual thing. But what we're gonna do is, oh, that sound never gets old. Well, we will drop our bale trailer, and we're gonna go pick up the rake, which I believe, to my knowledge, should be inside the Quonset on the back right. And then we'll go out and rake. This, by far, though, has to be my favorite rake tractor. I mean, it sounds so good. But it also, I mean, just look at this. Look at this tractor. Look at this setup. This is just amazing. We'll get on down the road here, start raking it up, and we'll see you guys here in a few days. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. It's been about 4 days here, and we're just kind of getting at least the front portion of my yard mowed out so we could test out these newly sharpened blades, and so far I've been very happy with its cut. But I just got a ring on my phone saying that the carburetor for the GMC has been delivered, so let's run up there quick as Daryl's currently in the shop getting the baler ready to go. He's been cleaning out the remaining of the straw that we have left in the baler from when we were doing straw baling. But actually, let's not throw grass all over the path. That's numero uno, number one. If you have a chute, do not shoot it on the path. That's just mean. Yes, indeed, and that must also be something that I also ordered. I don't know what else is underneath there, but we'll take these over to the shop quick, get Daryl underway, and hopefully by the time I'm done mowing the front yard here, we can get our situations figured out with that GMC. Okay, so with that grass all, at least for the front yard, pieced up and done, Daryl's already kind of been working on it over here. He at least got the unboxing done, so the carburetor has been mounted on top of the intake. It's just going to be a matter of tuning that up, making sure we have the right ratios so this truck is getting the correct amount of fuel, because as we know, we flood it too much, the truck doesn't want to run. We don't give it enough fuel, it leans it out, and then we burn things up. So getting that mixture is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of fine tuning, but shouldn't be too long. We'll get this thing installed, we'll get it all nice and tuned up, and we'll see you guys here in just a little bit. So Daryl's ready to go with the 6170M. Let's see if this baby fires like a top. Well, that's more like it. Oh, and I also did figure out what that other box was. It was kind of small, but it was some accessory parts to a new pressure washer that we ended up getting. It's a steel one over there. I kind of forgot about it. It was sitting in the back of the shop. We'll rinse this truck off quick, and then we're going to run up to the cattle barns, get the hay trailer put on this, and Daryl's going to go head over and start getting a couple bales. So Daryl should be coming up here with the white. We already have the GMC just sitting ready, locked and loaded. We're going to get a couple bales here, and I really just want... Yep, I can see him in my mirror. But what I really want to do is test and see how well that GMC pulls. Because that's basically the reason I bought the truck, was because of its gearing, because of its towing. And hopefully with that carb that we did to it, it should work a lot better. Only time will tell, however, but I know this for certain. This is some really good grass. So we're on our last pass here with our little hay field, and what I'm going to do is hopefully have enough to finish out one more bale by the end of this run, because I really don't... Yes, okay, nice. So this is our last bale of the little field. What I'm going to do here is get this last part, get the lid closed, pick up this little chunk we got right here. Nice, get our pickup. So for right now, we're just going to park that right there. And we're going to transfer over to the white. We're going to pick up these 5 bales here. Well, actually 6 if you count the one that we did right at the beginning. And we'll load them up on the GMC, and we're going to see how much power this thing really has. There is that. So I don't know exactly where the strap points are on this trailer. I'm hoping it's like right here and I hit it just right. Of course I didn't hit it just right. Why would anything have done right? Here we go. So let's get our straps on over the bales. Beautiful. In reality, it ain't even really squatting that bad. So let's do the same thing we did with the deer. Let's just park you up at the edge of the field. And we'll run back and we'll take those bales with the old GMC. Let's see what this old girl can do. It fires like a top. That's the best part. Now we gotta see how she pulls. Oh, she's got a load on her, that's for certain. Give her in a second. Oh, this 454, she's having some fun. Oh, that's because the trailer's dragging. Well, I'd say for the fact that it's just the trailer at this point that's holding me back, I'd say that's a pretty good win. Now, obviously, we got a lot of work to do. Probably going to need to tune this a little bit more, but that's probably going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for checking this one out. If you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below. Also, be sure to check out the rest of the Hay Series playlist that you can find in the top right-hand corner, as we do have quite a few videos that we'll have on this series, as well as many others. Also, be sure to check out the Boomstick Club for all the up-to-date content from me and the gang. You guys already know who is in it. I shall see you all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out.